Howdy, folks. I'm Curious Cupid, carefully curating Christmas chestnuts.
And I'm cute cat Amber.
And here are more cute cats and Christmas chestnuts for us to curate. Let's get started. Alright, folks, and our first letter is titled, Am I a Jerk for Telling My Husband that if he fights for custody, then I will divorce him? I'm a 27-year-old female, and I'm vehemently child-free. I am sterilized and have no intention of having children or caring for any children. I married my husband, a 33-year-old male, last year and did not know he had any children until 5 days ago. I travel for work. I work for myself. I have an amazing pay for very few active working hours. I am a honeymoon planner, owning my own business. We have a joint account for bills and our own separate accounts for savings and fun money. My husband sat me down 5 days ago and told me that he hadn't been completely honest with me. And he revealed that he has 2 children, 10 male and 7 female. He pays regular child support. However, it dips into his fun money, and he wants to be able to have fun like I am. So he said that he was going to fight for 50-50 custody. I was furious that he had lied to me, and was even more angry when he told me that he wanted 50-50. He works 12 to 16-hour shifts as a nurse, and that would mean that I would have to take care of the children when I'm not working or are working from home. I told him that if he fights for custody, I will leave him. We have a prenup, so a divorce will be rather simple. I'll get 100% of my business, all of my savings and fun money, and the house. I inherited it from my grandmother. He called me a jerk and told me that I should step up so that he can have more money in his savings and for fun, and because the kids won't be that much of a hassle due to their ages. So am I the jerk for telling him that I will divorce him if he goes through with filing for custody? All right, folks, what do you think? Jerk or not the jerk?
Not the jerk, and divorce him no matter what happens. Like, he has just shown you that he's a deeply untrustworthy individual. He has lied about something huge.
Yeah.
And now wants to upend your entire life so he can have more fun money, as if 50-50 custody is somehow going to be cheaper.
Yeah, I don't know what his idea here is. I think he's just trying to strong arm OP in one way or another. And maybe he feels like her maternal instincts will kick in or something like that. I don't know. It's pretty terrible considering how child free she is, right?
Mm-hmm.
She's gone to the level where she is not even able to have children. And I think that this is a huge violation of trust. I honestly, whether or not he files for custody, think it might be a good idea for OP to sit down and figure out if this is the kind of relationship that they want to be in, where someone is going to surprise them every once in a while with new information.
Well, it's such a big thing. It makes you wonder what else could he be lying about.
Yeah.
And his whole, like, I know you don't want kids, but don't worry, you can watch them no problem. I'm going to do this thing, and it's not going to affect me because I'm not going to take care of the kids. I'm going to expect you to handle it.
Yeah. I mean, it is pretty gross, especially in the fact that, again, this is going to fall on OP for a lot of the childcare. Maybe he's trying to push OP to give him money out of her fund money or something like that, too. I'm not really sure.
But either way, like, just divorce him. You're better off without him. Enjoy your fun money without this guy draining you.
Well, and that's a pretty big thing to, like, omit, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, it would be one thing if he had, like, I don't know, buried treasure in the backyard and forgot to mention it. I don't know. I'm trying to think of a good example of something that would be like something you could hide from a partner before marriage.
Well, like, just like embarrassing childhood things or something.
Yeah.
Oh, no, my mom's photo album. I didn't remember she had that picture of me.
Yeah. Lying to your partner is never good.
Yeah, especially about something as big as children.
Yeah. But let me know what you folks think. So anyhow, take care and good luck. And Shimi88 says, Not the jerk, and activate your prenup. It's time to divorce your lying husband. How did he hide his children from you for so long? Were you oblivious to it? And OP replies, We kept personal finances 100% separate, and he was paying child support out of his fund money and savings. I didn't know because I don't pry into his finances. And Martha9815 says he also must not spend much time with them because how did he manage to keep them under wraps for so long? And OP replies, he hasn't visited them in 3 years. I mean, that's so terrible for those poor children, right?
Yeah.
He's like abandoned his children and now suddenly he wants them to come into the household. Think about the friction that's going to cause, right? Because here he hasn't visited his children for 3 years, and now suddenly he's gonna be like, oh yeah, daddy's gonna take care of you now.
Well, I have a hard time believing a judge would grant 50-50 custody where he's basically abandoned them for the past 3 years.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's still not a good person, not someone you want to be married to.
Yeah, I just feel so bad for these poor kids because now, on top of this, he's just been a deadbeat dad for the last 3 years. Well, I mean, he's been paying child support, but he hasn't had any. I mean, it takes more than just money to be a father.
Mm-hmm.
And Shimi88 says he never saw his kids before you two were married or at your wedding. He didn't bring them. His mom and dad never mentioned grandkids. And OP replies, he's estranged from his parents, and he stopped visiting his kids after we started dating. He hasn't seen them in about 3 years. So, I don't know. Like, he's even estranged from his family. I don't know. This is just a terrible situation. Alright, folks, and our next letter is titled, Am I a Jerk? My husband recorded a video of me falling down to post it online, so I haven't spoken to him in 3 weeks. So, I want to start off by saying that English isn't my first language, so if there are any mistakes, then that's the reason why. And I also want to know if I'm overreacting. Okay, as the title says, this happened 3 weeks ago on Monday. As usual, I'm a 29-year-old male and I woke up at 6 a.m. to go to work. I was taking a shower and everything was okay, but as I stepped out of the shower, I fell down. I touched the floor and it was greasy, so my husband, a 32-year-old male, came out of the room with a camera recording everything and laughed out loud. I wanted an explanation, and he said it was just a prank, that he spread butter on the floor for me to fall down because his brilliant friends thought that it was a great idea to play pranks on their spouses and to post them online so that they would go viral. One of the people who did this even pushed his pregnant wife into a pool. Thus, I was speechless. I was kind of in shock and I felt insecure and vulnerable. I was thinking, come on, you're supposed to have my back, not make fun of me. So I didn't argue, I didn't say anything, I just left for work. He even told me before leaving, you might be angry now, but I promise I will compensate you tonight. Throughout the day, I started analyzing the event and found it childish, disrespectful, and blatantly stupid. I mean, thank heavens nothing terrible happened, but what if I hadn't grabbed the curtain and my head or neck hit the bathtub? I could be dead, and I'm not even joking. A severe head injury could be life-threatening. I would never risk his integrity like that because he is my husband. I respect and I love him. He is usually very wise and smart, but this time he acted like a teenager. So that day, I didn't feel like seeing my husband. Then I went to my dad's to cool down, but I haven't gone home in 3 weeks because I'm still angry at him. I asked my dad to go and pack my things. At first, my husband didn't want to let him in, but he ended up allowing it. I haven't even answered his calls, and I'm seriously reconsidering our relationship. We've been married for 3 years. He is caring and loving, and has never done something as irresponsible and stupid as this. He has been bombarding my phone with apology messages and begging me to come back, but I don't know. To be honest, I don't look at him the same way as I did before. So now, everyone but my dad is telling me that it's time to forgive because he didn't do it with the intention of hurting me, and perhaps he didn't see beyond the consequences and didn't think that it could be life-threatening, that I'm overreacting because it's just a prank. But this isn't some 6-year-old child who doesn't see beyond the prank. This guy is a doctor. He knows what a head injury could mean. So, I don't know, guys. Am I really overreacting? Because everyone seems to agree that I am. Even my mom does. Yeah, I know that he might not have done it in hopes that I would pass away, but it is something so disrespectful that there was a chance that it could even be life-threatening. A friend of mine is recommending some space and time to get an unbiased opinion. Alright, folks, what do you think?
No, OP, I don't think you're the jerk. I think you're absolutely right that this could have been life-threatening, and he was willing to risk your life for the chance of going viral.
Yeah.
Like, that's really, really gross. That even if the chance isn't like that high, which I'd argue like having someone slip on a bathroom floor is pretty risky business right there.
Are you sure he wasn't trying to injure you?
Well, that's the thing is like it baffles my mind that he has so little regard for you, that he values possible internet fame more than your well-being or clout from his friends or
Yeah.
whatever.
Well, there's a lot wrong here, and I certainly can understand OP's confusion because someone who's a full-grown adult with all their faculties should understand the consequences of buttering a bathroom floor and causing someone to slip and fall.
A medical doctor on top of that, too.
Yeah. So I think that this is one of those situations where if he did this once, there's no guarantee that he might not do it again. Do you really want to put your life at risk? And that's really what you have to ask yourself at the end of the day. Is it worth the risk of being in a relationship with somebody who might escalate their pranks further and further?
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like he and his friends have no regard for their partners and are willing to do whatever for the chance of internet fame. And there probably will be another time, like, it just...
Yeah, I mean, when he needs his next fame fix and he's gonna... butter the floor again or butter the railing as you're walking down the stairs and then you slip and fall or something like that. Or, he just seems very careless, and maybe this is the lesson that he needs to learn, that if you do stuff like this to your partner, then they're not going to stick around. And again, I don't think that OP is overreacting because this is pure negligence on his part, right? This is gross negligence. It could have ended up with OP being severely injured, and it's just lucky that he wasn't, because slipping in the bathtub is no joke. It really isn't. But let me know what you folks think. So anyhow, take care and good luck. And DJ Hazmat 503 says, my friend passed away from falling in the shower and hitting his head on the floor. Your husband could have killed you for views. So not only are you not the jerk, but if the roles were reversed and a girl I was married to decided to do anything for TikTok clout, I would reconsider my marriage. And I'm talking about lesser offenses, such as, I don't know, something less dangerous, like spreading peanut butter on the bathroom floor. I think that certainly there are acceptable pranks, real pranks, right? Where everyone can kind of laugh about it in the end. And doing something that's fun or funny for, social media, and something like that's actually dangerous and life-threatening.
Well, and I think it's all about consent too, and different people's comforts. Like, there are some people who would be okay if you smashed their face in the cake for TikTok.
Yeah.
But this is neither of those situations. OP clearly isn't comfortable with putting his life on the line for potential views.
Well, and also the nudity, right?
Yeah.
He was in a kind of a compromised position anyways, and that was something that I wanted to talk about, but it just kept slipping my mind, is OP wasn't even clothed, as far as I'm aware, right? And so that means that he could have been exposed on the internet too. I mean, I'm sure that hopefully his partner would blur out any of the things, but I don't know, that's still, I would not be comfortable with a video like that of me out there personally.
Oh yeah,
even
absolutely.
blurred. You know?
It's a huge invasion of privacy on top of, I was just so overwhelmed by the threat to his life that it's a huge, gross invasion of privacy, and it's just horrible on so many levels.
Yeah. All right, folks, it is tea time. Grab your beverages of choice. I've got some tea right here. I was gonna actually reveal it accidentally. I was gonna be like some kitty cat blank. But I didn't. I'm too wily for myself. And Amber has a jovial Bobstein joke, and you can see, look at that cover. You can finally actually see the cover.
What did the monster say after he ate Cleveland?
Oh, the monster said after he ate Cleveland. Wow, that was some indigestion for later on. I can't believe I ate all of Cleveland.
What's for dinner?
What's for dinner? Poor Cleveland. Oh, I'm assuming we're talking about the whole state of Ohio, right? Not the whole state, but Ohio, Cleveland, Ohio. I don't know. Maybe we're just talking about a guy named Cleveland.
I'm assuming that he meant the actual town or city, but
yeah, I'm assuming that there's some poor guy named Cleveland. Not good. Not cool. And I have Earl Grey. All right, folks, that's all the time we have for today. Thank you so much for watching. Happy Friday, Junior.
Happy Friday, Junior.
Amber, we need some kind of moral advice and or guidance, and please have it in exactly one word. But if you can't do exactly one word, do it in 5 words or less.
I mean, I have it in 3. I'm just trying to think of how to do it in less than that. Because don't butter floors. It's like, how do you reduce that down to the essence beyond the 3 words?
Respect. RESPCT.
You missed a letter, but yes.
Yes, I did miss a letter.
Very well done.
Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you all tomorrow.
Bye.